Hey guys, Rainbow back with another video. I'm here for two guests, and I forgot to show this in my normal review of this movie, but I got this awesome cup in the theater. I forgot to show it in our review, but now I can show it. And yep, if you guys can't tell by that logo, I'm here with two guests to review, spoiler review. Well, more like a discussion of Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, just a few days after its release. So, my two guests can introduce themselves for now. So,
Do you want to introduce first WWE fan, or do you, or should I?
Sure, I'll go first.
Go ahead.
Hey, what's up, you guys? wwefan0599 here again. I'm here with my good friend ItIsRainingBlood and a certain other person that will introduce himself once he introduces himself. And, of course, we're here to talk about Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice with spoilers. Spoilers. If you haven't seen it, don't watch this. But if you don't care, just continue watching. We'll have fun.
Yes, just what he said. And hey there, you guys. If you don't know who I am Tony, aka 22tigerdude, and I am here for the first time ever. Well, you know, live. I say live because I've been on Mark's Is Rain-Blooded Friends episodes, but physically, this is my first time on this channel. So thank you very much, Mark, and I look forward to spoiling Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. So for those that are watching this, remember, there are spoilers everywhere. You have been warned.
yeah, and if you think we're joking about the spoilers, we're not, because at the end of this movie, Superman fucking dies. I said it. All right. I don't. If you're whining right now that I spoiled the ending for you, your own fucking fault, guys.
He did the same thing in our Age of Ultron spoiler talk.
I did that, right?
Was it when Quicksilver died at the end?
Yes, he was like, Quicksilver dies and Vision lifts up Thor's hammer.
What? Spoiler review. That's how you reacted, right, Taylor?
Yes.
I mean, WWE fan. I did not say that name before. His name is Jake. Jake, that's his name. Jake Hunter.
Yes. Yes.
If you guys thinking I did not say Taylor, okay, so just ignore that, right?
Yes, ignore it. Just like the WWE ignores Chris Benoit. Oh, okay. Okay. Anyway, let's start talking Batman v Superman.
All right. So the opening scene, I thought, no joke, guys, I cried many times throughout this film. Especially during the opening scene, so, like, falling down that well thingy, I started crying, man. It was just beautiful, and of course, you know, his parents get shot. It was shot beautifully. It was even a homage to the comics. That's it. You know, like the pearls and the gun. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was actually taken straight from the comics. If you guys don't know, that was in the comics. I'm not joking.
Yeah.
No, I mean like that shot with the pills and stuff.
Yeah, I know. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know. It was in the comics.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about too.
Yes. So, what'd you guys think of that scene?
Very great scene. I know we've seen it numerous times, but I feel like they did it in a different way because they kept on going back and forth. Like, they show his parents getting killed, they show him at the funeral. They were like going back and forth, and I actually liked that. The way it was shot, it was really great. And I just really liked this scene. And of course, where he falls down the well and like the bats are like raising him out. I actually liked that. That was very cool in my opinion.
Yeah, and honestly, I thought it was great that they just got it out of the way, basically. You know.
They did what the Incredible Hulk did. They just told the origin story in the opening credits. That's what they basically did.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and I have a feeling they'll do that for Spider-Man as well.
Yeah, I think they might do that for Spider-Man. They probably will. They'll just show, like, even in Punisher Warzone, that's what they did. They, like, they did quick glances showing you what has happened with him and stuff. So I like that. I like when you already know the origins of this character. They just give you brief summarizations.
Yeah.
Yeah. Personally, for me, I just thought it was an okay opening. I do think personally the movie could have just started with Bruce Wayne arriving at Metropolis, which shows the battle from the end of Man of Steel. I thought the movie could have started from there because we have seen the whole Batman origin story dozens of times, and while I do appreciate them going through flashbacks and Bruce Wayne at reminiscing when his parents got shot in slow-mo style. That was okay and all, but personally I do think it should just start right at Metropolis. That's just my opinion.
Oh, well, that's fine. I personally love the way it started, but
yeah,
I guess we can talk about Metropolis now. Bruce Wayne arrives in a helicopter, and he's, of course, you see in the trailers him driving, and he's calling someone. I still don't know who he was calling. Who was that? It was some old guy.
Yeah, it was like someone in the building. I'm not aware of the name though.
I think it was like Jeff or something like that. I think it was like somewhere along those lines.
I just remember it starting off with a J.
Yeah.
J. Well, maybe we'll find out further instructions. Basically.
Yeah. But
maybe I'll catch the name when I rewatch the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I was about to say, but you could say the scene was just like just to show that Bruce was there in Metropolis. You could say, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I personally really liked the scene. I liked the whole thing with we're seeing this from Bruce's perspective, of what was going on, down in Metropolis. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I thought that was so cool. Sorry, go ahead, W. Continue.
Like of course you see in Man of Steel, of course we couldn't see what was going on down in Metropolis because we were seeing the whole entire fight. So it was just cool to see what was happening in Metropolis while the whole fight was going down. And of course, when Bruce saves that little girl from almost getting a building collapse on her, and he's like, "Oh, where's your mom? Where's your mom?" And she points to the building, and I was like, "Oh, come on," you know what I mean?
Yeah, that was pretty sad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really great how the movie really set up the mood and shows why Bruce Wayne was pissed off at Superman. He had a legitimate reason to be pissed off at Clark Kent, aka Superman. So I thought how they handled that was really great. I was like, okay, bam, this movie's great enough to it's still technically the beginning, so it's after the okay opening, that's when I'm like, okay, this movie's getting to a good start. It set up the tone, it set up the emotion. You did feel bad for that little girl that he saved, and I just really liked how that whole entire scene was executed, and what WWE fans said, just us seeing all of the destruction from the end of Man of Steel, all in Bruce Wayne's point of view. I thought that was very cool. It was the stuff that Bruce was seeing, you as the audience member was seeing yourself. So yeah, it was a very well handled scene.
Yeah, and I think Taylor's frozen. Damn, I keep saying his name. WWE fan is frozen, is he?
I'm right here.
He's okay now.
I was just standing still.
Oh. You're like a mime or something. Yeah. So yeah, I guess we can talk about the desert scene in Africa. You see Lois Lane coming to confront those terrorists or whatever, right? You remember that, right?
Yeah.
Me personally, I thought it was just a scene just to have Superman save Lois Lane. That's what I just thought personally. It was just okay, let's just get Superman to save Lois Lane from danger. That's how I thought the scene was.
Yeah, I would say the same thing too, honestly. But I mean, it was very cool because it was a way for Superman to have his big old entrance, and when he does make his entrance, okay, Superman, and then he saves Lois Lane, but then it does that weird editing thing where it blacks out, and I'm like, okay, there's that going for it. But that aside, that was a pretty nice moment.
Yes, but aside from Superman's entrance, there was actually a much bigger part to the scene. Zack Snyder revealed it recently. You know the photographer that was with Lois? Well, the guy who turned out to be CIA guy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Zack Snyder said that was Jimmy Olsen.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Yes.
wow, really?
Yes, that was Jimmy Olsen. He said, Zack Snyder, he said I didn't really want him to be part of the DCU that much, so he gave him like a one-time appearance, and he got killed. I don't remember Jimmy Olsen being that brave to be killed, honestly, but that was still like it's pretty amazing, honestly, to hear that was Jimmy Olsen. He got shot by the guy.
Yeah, the only Jimmy Olsen I know is the one that's on the Supergirl TV show right now.
Yeah, that one and the one from Smallville. Those are the only Jimmy Olsens that I know personally from, like...
Oh, yeah, that's right, Smallville, too. I haven't seen all of Smallville. I've seen some of it, but yeah, from Smallville as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Zack Snyder said that he's actually going to... In the theatrical version, they never said his name, but they're going to say his name, Jimmy Olsen, in the Ultimate Cut, so that'd be interesting.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
So, when I heard about that, I was like, are you serious? That was Jimmy Olsen? That's how I felt, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
And I guess you guys feel that way too now, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's actually interesting coming from you now, because I had no idea that was actually Jimmy Olsen in that scene.
Yeah. And, man, so, yep, much bigger story than just Superman's entrance, which was still cool, but, it actually, like, set up, like, why he has to be in court, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I think did he kill that guy? The terrorist guy?
I think he heavily injured him. I don't think they ever said he killed him.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, too. I don't think he really technically killed him, because you know how Superman is about the whole killing thing?
Yeah, and of course, he had that other guy, the guy who, in the flashback scene at the start, got his legs crushed off, lost his family, he hates Superman so much, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and Lex Luthor hired him to bomb up the courtroom later on.
Yes.
Yes, you guys know what I'm talking about, so.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, we know what you're talking about.
So, what do we want to talk about next?
We'll just talk, right? Not like talk about specific scenes. I think it'll be better if we just like talk throughout the rest.
All right. But let's actually talk about that bombing scene, because that bombing scene honestly surprised me. Like, I didn't see it coming. Like, I was just like sitting there in the theater. I was like, okay, what's going on? And then I was like, what the?
It just came out of nowhere, honestly. It's like you knew something might be up, but you weren't sure exactly, because you see everyone in the courtroom waiting for Superman to hopefully show up. Superman shows up. Lex Luthor's seat is empty, so he's not there. And then it's the senator, right? The senator?
Yes.
Yeah, the senator looks at Granny's peach tea, and then you see something up, and then boom! The building explodes. And when I saw that scene, oh my gosh. Normally, I'm normally one of those people where, for the most part, I can see where a scene's coming, where I'm like, okay, that's going to happen. Oh, this character's going to do this. That's going to happen. But no, in this one, I was like, okay, wow. I legitimately did not see that coming. Like, that was a really great surprise. And then, of course, Superman's in the courtroom all burnt up with his hair still looking good, seeing everyone in the courtroom burning up now. So yeah, that was a really awesome scene. I really loved how that was handled. That was definitely one of the best scenes of the movie.
Yeah, because Lex Luthor knew Superman was going to take the blame for it, because he was because of him showing up. So, that's just all part of Lex Luthor's plan.
Yeah, because Lex knew that Superman was going to be the only survivor in that burning courtroom.
Exactly. And the notes that Bruce kept on receiving, You know, everybody thought it was the Joker that kept on sending him those notes, like from speculations from the trailers and stuff. No, it was just Lex Luthor, like sending him those notes.
Yeah. But
I
you would
found,
think the way it's written though, like with the marks that he uses, it would be from the Joker. But no, it's not really from him.
Yeah.
yeah, they made him a lot like the Joker in this movie, Lex Luthor, right?
They really did. Like, I mean, Jesse Eisenberg, I didn't hate. There were some moments where I did hate him as Lex Luthor, but there are moments where I'm like, he's all right. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Honestly, you know, whether you hated his performance or loved it, you know, he was pretty much as good as he was going to get, right?
Yeah, but of course, I know everyone's been mentioning this, but he would have been a great Riddler. And there's actually a few moments where I'm watching this going, "Are you sure you're not playing the Riddler? Because you look like you're playing more of the Riddler than you are Lex Luthor." Now, in my opinion, I said this in my review. Despite the fact that I don't buy him as Lex Luthor, like I really don't see him as Lex Luthor. I actually thought performance-wise, he actually did do a great job because, you know, I know people are criticizing his performance and all, but I mean, it's what the script gave him. The script made him want to go insane and twitchy. And actually, I didn't mind his moves. I didn't mind the way he went like this and like.
Oh no, that really bothered me. I was like,
I actually really like those touches, but I can understand why that would bother people. Actually, I want to know from you, WWE fan, why did that bother you? Actually,
I don't know. It was just like, I'm like, you're acting a little bit, you're overacting just a little bit too much. I was, like I said in my review, it was like if Jim Carrey was playing Lex Luthor. It really felt like it.
Honestly, ever since you mentioned Jim Carrey, now I want to see Jim Carrey in that role just to see how it would play out.
Not bad, but yeah, I'd like to talk more, guys. But,
yes, go ahead.
Oh yeah, go ahead, man. Sorry about that.
Yes, and speaking of Jesse Eisenberg, Zack Snyder originally wanted him as Jimmy Olsen. He also revealed that, so it was pretty like amazing to see that he was given such a bigger role, you know. And you know, believe it or not, he said that I know we all wanted this. Everyone who loves superheroes and loves Breaking Bad wanted this. We all wanted Bryan Cranston as Lex Luthor.
Oh no, dude, that was like obvious. Like, I'm sorry, that was obvious. If there was anybody that could have gotten to play Lex Luthor, it was Bryan Cranston. It really was.
And then after Jesse got casted, I actually wanted to see Bryan Cranston play Commissioner Gordon, but that's now given to J.K. Simmons, so much for that. But I am happy with the casting, but it's kind of too bad Bryan Cranston doesn't have a chance to play one of these bigger roles yet.
Yes, yeah. But, you know, Bryan Cranston actually was in talks to play Lex Luthor. He actually was. No.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I know even people who like praise Jesse Eisenberg's performance, like as soon as they heard it could have been Bryan Cranston, they immediately shit all over Jesse Eisenberg, and I think that's a bit unfair, honestly. What do you think?
That is a bit unfair, like to just trash on a performance just because you thought someone else that could have been better was going to play him. That's a little bit unfair. I didn't even like I knew he was in talks, but that's not the reason why I'm judging his performance. Like,
it's not. Yeah, I don't think it's fair for people to be like that. Like, it's okay to criticize the performance, but like to go like, oh, what if this person got that role instead? Like, I think that's being a little too harsh on the role that could be just me.
Yeah, and personally, I agree with you, Tony. I thought Jesse Eisenberg's performance as Lex Luthor was awesome, honestly. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know his performance might be like the most mixed performance like feedback ever. There are some people who say he was amazing. There are others like you, WWE fan, saying he was terrible. Did you say he was terrible?
No, I didn't say. I said there were moments where he was terrible, but like for the majority of it, he was just okay in my opinion.
Here's how I describe WWE fans' criticism of his performance. It's a mixed bag with a sprinkle of terribleness.
Yes.
So, but yeah, and you know, we skipped right to the court scene. Anything happened before that we could talk about, like anything spoilery? Not
Oh
really?
man, dude, there's so much shit that goes into this movie. It's hard to like remember or talk about all of them at
Like
once.
a little first introduction to Princess Diana, aka Wonder Woman. You know, when like she meets Bruce for the first time. That was pretty interesting.
Yeah, I really like that one. That was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she wasn't in the movie whole that much, not until the end, of course, which we'll get onto later on. But
But I mean, considering this is Batman v Superman, we've all figured this wasn't going to be a big part for her.
true,
Yeah.
true. But you know, I just thought, honestly, probably the most surprising performance. Would you agree?
Yeah, I thought she was great in the movie. You know, I was like mixed about it at first, but then when I saw it, I was like, you know what, this was great. She was great in the movie, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I talk?
Oh, go ahead.
I was like, you know what? That's who they cast. You know, it's who they cast. I was like, you know, I'll give her a shot. You know, I'll give her a chance. We all pretty much had to give her a chance, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you were saying, Tony?
Okay. I don't remember what I said. I think when it was announced, I wasn't sure about it. And then when that spoilerific trailer came out, that's when I'm all like, okay, I buy her as Wonder Woman. Yes, that's Wonder Woman. And after seeing the movie, oh yeah, she kicked ass in this movie. Like I loved how she embodied Wonder Woman. I thought she did a great job. You know, the scenes she had with Bruce before she was Wonder Woman, that was really great. And how Bruce found out about her being Wonder Woman, that was fantastic too. So yeah, I thought Gal Gadot. In my review, I said Gal Gadot, but I wasn't sure how you pronounced it. But yeah, I honestly thought she did an awesome job as Wonder Woman.
I'm pretty sure it's Godot. I think I heard her say it in an interview once.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
I said Gal Gadot, but I think I'm not too sure. But you know, I thought she was great. Like I said, she was great as Wonder Woman. I thought she did a really great job. Something I want to talk about really quick are those nightmare scenes that Batman had.
Right.
All I gotta say is the Flash.
Okay. Okay, the thing about the Flash. Okay, I've told Tony about this. I hate this suit with a burning passion. I'm sorry. This suit is atrocious. Oh my goodness, when I saw it, I was baffled when I saw that in theaters. I was like,
Right.
oh my goodness. Like, I thought they were trying to make an Iron Man suit for the Flash. It really seemed like that. And
Yeah.
I was just like, it better not be like this in the movie. It better not be like this in the movie.
Right. I didn't really look too deep into the suit. Like maybe I didn't really pay attention to it because I was more on the oh my gosh, that's a Flash mode. You know what I mean? Like when things get you excited, you don't really pay attention to it. Yeah, I would have to rewatch the movie again just to see how the suit goes. But I think I can understand where a WWE fan is coming from with that.
Exactly. That's what I was saying when I was pretty much just like fanboying at seeing the Flash, and I didn't even hear what he said, but he was talking about like Lois Lane is the key, you know, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I was fanboying when I saw the Flash. I was like, holy shit, that's the Flash. You were like that too, right, Tony?
Yeah, that was pretty much my reaction.
Yes, and then this leads into the next nightmare sequence, which is has Darkseid written all over it. That's all I'll say. Both literally.
Yes, where it is a Batmax Fury Road. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, man.
Oh, I know why you say that. Oh, okay.
Yes. Oh man, but like I liked honestly, even though I thought the dream sequences could have been cut, honestly. But I love the look of the whole Dark Side one. That one was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed.
And you see his what are they called? His minions basically.
Yeah, let's just call them his minions because I forgot what they're called, honestly.
I think it starts with P.
Yeah.
But this scene was pretty sick. I mean, I was like, Batman's killing. Even in the dream, like Batman was killing, and that was a bit of a put off for me. Like throughout the movie, Batman actually kills. That put me off. I'm sorry, but
it didn't really put me off because I remember in Tim Burton Batman movies, I remember he killed as well, so it didn't really put me off too much.
Yeah. I don't know if I would say I was put off, but I would say I found it weird. Like, I'm just all like, he's killing people. Like, I know he's killed before, like what you said, WWE fan with the Tim Burton ones, but I mean, like, he's killing people, like, differently in this one. Like, he's going bam, 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 bam.
Yeah, he's using a gun. Like, wait, what?
He's all like, Batman, I have to talk to you. I don't give a shit. Batman. Batman.
Exactly. Just, man, but yeah, it was different in this one. He was just, man, he didn't even care. He was like, you're dead, blow up, basically. Just.
It's all like Daredevil can go meet Batman face to face. It's all like, Batman, I need to talk to you. I don't give a shit.
No, Daredevil's like, Batman, I thought we were the same. No, not anymore.
Oh, that would be great, actually.
But yeah, I really enjoyed that dream sequence. That was probably the best one out of the three that happened.
I would probably say that is my favorite dream sequence, honestly, because, first of all, cinematography, when it looks all deserted, that looked really, really great. I loved how it was lit, and the way he's fighting the guys and just shooting them around. And then you see these flying creatures, like, in the background, which I don't know what they're called. One of you can tell me, but yeah, I thought that was...
Those are Darkseid's minions. That's all we know. It's Darkseid's minions.
Okay, yeah, because I was wondering what the name of those flying things are.
Yeah, but, we cannot, finish talking about the sequence without talking about when Batman is chained up and then Superman comes down, you have people bowing down to Superman looking all pissed off, he goes up to Batman, you took away the love of my life or something, and he rips off his mask and stabs him in the heart, basically. Well, punches him in the heart. Whatever, you guys know what I mean. That, it's hard to tell, if this will tie into, any of the future DC EU movies, but...
yeah, when you saw...
I would like to see them adapt, the Injustice story where just Superman loses it, where he just,
Oh, yeah. No, but when I saw Superman mad, I was all like, okay, this is definitely a dream sequence. Because I'm all like, okay, I haven't seen Superman that mad. There's no way he would be at that level. So when he bursts to his heart and then it shows Bruce waking up, that's when I'm like, okay, yep, it was a dream sequence.
Yeah, but then of course it ends up with Bruce being awake. Then it's back to the normal line, normal story time. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
Anything else you guys want to talk about this part? Just
no, I think we got everything that we wanted to talk about. What should we talk about next?
There's a lot of things that happened in this movie.
I know. I'm trying to not miss anything, honestly.
Because we're trying to do this in, I guess, chronological order, or are we kind of going out of order?
We'll just talk about anything that stood out for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. If I think of one, I'll bring it up.
I guess we could talk about that certain photo from 1918.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Did any of you guys notice Chris Pine?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I did, and that was awesome.
Yeah, he's playing some guy named Steve Trevor, right? In the Wonder
Yeah,
Woman movie.
yeah, he has. I think he was like in Wonder Woman's life a lot. I believe like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we'll
So I
see.
was just. I just found that funny. Like I see Chris Pine like in the photo.
Yeah, and I'm like, I bet I'm the only one noticing this. You know, that's how I felt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought. I thought I was the only one noticing as well.
No, I noticed Chris Pine in the photo too. That
I'm
was
talking
pretty
about
cool.
in my theater. I thought I was the only one noticing that in my theater.
Oh, okay.
Speaking of theaters, how was the theater was for you guys?
Well, I went to an event screening on Tuesday night. It was in an IMAX theater, and I would say it was honestly very full. I think I heard someone say that it was a sold-out advanced screening, so those that arrived in line late couldn't make it in. But I know that it was pretty much full, and it was a packed house. So yeah, my event screening was packed, man. It was an IMAX.
My theater was packed too. There was nowhere to sit. It was sold out.
Believe it or not, there wasn't that many people in my theater. I'm not joking.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh wow.
there were only probably only a quarter of the theater was filled. It was like, wow. I mean, we were actually worried we weren't going to get tickets because the movie was so big. But look, we could have gotten every seat basically. But
Maybe it depends on the showing that you go to.
yeah, I mean, this was at 11 a.m. So
Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, I was still shocked. I guess people over here in New Zealand aren't that big a fan of movies as like American guys. So,
Mhm.
but you guys know what I mean. So, obviously, my theater was the most different out of all three of us. So, I,
Okay. Next thing I want to talk about is I'll just say video files.
files. Well, this is a spoiler review, so we can talk about that all.
Yes.
Yeah.
But please, can I talk about it, please?
Yes. Go first,
Oh,
my friend.
it's your show, Mark. So you do whatever the hell you want.
Sweet, guys. So, Wonder Woman is like on a laptop. Bruce sent her like LexCorp hard drive, and then of course you see the picture of Wonder Woman, Chris Pine, and some other guy, of course, and he says, "I found your photo, but it doesn't belong to you." You know, of course, she probably wants that destroyed. But anyway, the certain files we're talking about. So she clicks on a thing, and we see 4 logos: Wonder Woman, Cyborg, Aquaman, and the Flash. And she clicks on the Flash first. Oh my God! And you see Barry Allen just standing there, and all of a sudden a guy robs the store, and then the Flash kicks his ass basically. You guys remember
Yeah.
that, right?
Yes, that was cool.
That was
Yeah.
cool, yeah.
And that was the second time we saw Flash in this movie, so
That was cool.
yes. And of course the next one, Aquaman. I marked out like crazy when I saw this, man.
Why were people complaining about this? This was awesome.
Yeah.
Wait, people were complaining about Aquaman's appearance?
Yes.
Appearance? I didn't know that.
Yeah, so Aquaman, he's at a sunken ship, right? And you see him come out looking all badass with his suit. And he's got his.
I can just imagine him swimming out going, "It's me, bitches. I'll see you soon."
Yeah. Yeah. And he's just swimming around. Then he stabs the camera, the security camera with his trident. Then he swims away at the speed of light, basically through its
Yeah, it like versus the sound and stuff. Like that was awesome.
Yeah,
Oh,
and that because of that scene, Aquaman is now my most anticipated movie of 2018. Yes, I'm putting it over Avengers: Infinity War. I said it. All right, I put it over that.
Oh, it's your opinion, man.
Well, my most anticipated is Toy Story 4, but you know, obvious reasons.
So yeah, I can't wait for the Aquaman film, directed by James Wan, who did Saw, Dead Silence, Fear 7. But we're getting off topic now.
Exactly.
But yeah, Aquaman's cameo was awesome, Uh, they actually, I think they started filming Justice League yesterday. Honestly.
I think I heard about that.
Yeah, they showed Jason Momoa posted a picture of him on set, and he saw his trailer, so that was cool. So.
Oh, and of course, we can't forget about Cyborg.
Cyborg, yes, and you have what's his name? Don't tell me. Miles Dyson. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
he's Cyborg's. I think is it his father?
Yeah, doesn't his father create Cyborg?
Not too sure, but you see him like it's been 24 hours, 2 minutes, and this next thingy could result in death. Then he puts this like Tesseract-looking thingy onto Cyborg, and Jesus Christ, look at Cyborg, man! It's just half a body, half his face off. That was just brutal. Just
yes.
Yeah, it was really cool.
I was like, that's Cyborg. Like, I was like, that is Cyborg right there. Like, I love that.
Yeah, me too. I liked all the cameos. Honestly, I know people complain the fact about the whole email thing being a way to introduce these characters, but I actually did like how they handled that. Because we all know that we're not going to see these characters like till later on, and it's all like if Batman and Wonder Woman don't know who they are at that time, like what other way can they do it to introduce them? So I feel like email is like the only way, since they have to unite the Justice League. That's how I saw it.
Didn't they do the same thing with the... I find this funny. Didn't they do the same thing with the Avengers?
Yeah. But
yes. Wow, yes. Thank you, WWE fan.
I see no one complaining about that. I just find that so funny. Like...
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that, honestly. That's a good point.
Yeah. Yeah, but honestly, I thought this was the perfect way to introduce these characters, guys. I mean, when I heard,
agree.
Yeah, everyone thought, oh, this movie's going to be overcrowded. You have The Flash, you have Cyborg, you have Aquaman. This movie is pretty much, you might as well just call it Justice League, but no, it works, right? I mean, it's to set up. It's like showing the security footage from the Avengers near the start, right?
Exactly. Like, it's showing you who these characters are and what you need to know before, basically, Justice League.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I saw it. I know a lot of YouTubers reviews I saw had issues with the email thing and going, really? But I thought it was smart on, their part to do that.
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was epic. Just epic. And, of course, this movie set up Justice League perfectly, I thought.
I really did too. I thought it set up pretty well, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe not just Justice League, but maybe the rest of the DCEU.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't have a problem with that, honestly. I still thought it was great. I mean, and personally, I'm psyched for Justice League next year. It's my most anticipated movie of 2017, and honestly, based on these negative reviews, I'm getting a little scared, guys. I hope that they don't cancel these movies, because I'm really looking forward to them, honestly. Because that happened to Amazing Spider-Man 2, right?
Well,
yeah.
Amazing Spider-Man 2 is kind of different, but I don't think on DC's part it will happen. Because, look, we still have Suicide Squad there, and, that one has David Ayer. So, it could be different with Suicide Squad, and the reviews, who knows, could hopefully be more positive, because we're just getting started. Like, this, a lot of people consider this technically the start. I consider Man of Steel the official start of the DC.
I mean, let's be honest, Iron Man 2 wasn't the greatest of Marvel films, but they didn't stop.
That one got.
I mean, they didn't stop, like, afterwards. They went on to be more successful, honestly, after Iron Man 2. So,
Yeah, I don't think. Well, technically, to some people, I don't think one movie in the DC Cinematic Universe, like the reviews is getting, I don't think it's really gonna hurt it. I think they still have ways to improve on the movies where more people can like these DC Cinematic Universe movies. I don't think it's gonna really affect it.
Yeah, and Zack Snyder, he seems very passionate about his thing with the DCEU. So, if he's not complaining, I guess we shouldn't complain, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
so,
and personally, I really like Zack Snyder for these movies. I thought he did a great job with Man of Steel, and I thought he did a great job directing Batman v Superman.
Me too. Agree.
Yeah. And man, so any other scenes we can talk about? Spoilery, of course.
Should we just go on to the fight now? To the actual fight?
I guess I know we're going back in time, but I guess we could talk about Granny's speech.
Well, I actually one scene I really love was that chase action scene, which is I think in the middle of the movie where Batman is like in his vehicle chasing after those criminals, and out of nowhere you see Superman standing, and Batman like crashes into Superman.
Like a ping pong, like a pinball machine. Just
yes,
boom.
Exactly. And of course it's in the trailer and all, but I love their confrontation when Superman says the bat is dead.
And of course Batman saying, "Please, can I say it?"
Yes,
go ahead.
Please say it.
And he's like, after he says the bat is dead, Batman, like as Superman's walking away, he goes, "Tell me, do you bleed?" You will. That was just awesome. I know trailers,
that was awesome, but that was awesome the way they did it. Like, he's like, "Do you bleed?" And then he flies away. You will.
Yeah, and
obviously we saw why, because he grabbed that kryptonite spear, because we all know that's Superman's weakness. He uses that in order to actually make Superman bleed.
Oh yeah, we can talk about kryptonite. Yeah, they found the kryptonite in the Indian Ocean, right?
Yeah.
Yes, they found it in the Indian Ocean.
Yeah, and during that scene, I actually thought Aquaman was going to appear, but no, it's just them showing the kryptonite.
Yes.
It just looked like, since it was like in the ocean, and it was just so, but you know what I mean. And of course, they bring it to shore. As soon as they find it, of course, Lex wants a piece of that. That's what she said. Well, more like that's what he said. But anyway, enough with the rude jokes. Let's just go on to reviewing the movie. Spoiler now. Just.
and then of course, Batman gets his hands on it. He steals it from LexCorp.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yes, and that chase scene. Yeah, I was like, it was funny. I thought when he stole it from LexCorp. It was kind of funny. I thought, it's just, you guys know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he just destroys the place, and instead he leaves a batarang in the.
Yep. And I guess before we pretty much talked about everything, right?
Well, there's also Lex Luthor using General Zod's body and going inside General Zod's ship. So that way he could, get the peel of his fingers to, create Doomsday?
That was actually... That part was kind of gross, I thought.
Right? No, I thought the scene where he cut his hand to get to start bleeding, I was like, oh my goodness,
this movie actually got quite brutal for a PG-13 movie, actually.
It really did.
Yeah. And, that was him starting to create Doomsday, and of course, just before, I was about to say this before, Granny's peach tea. You want to talk about that?
Oh, didn't we already talk about the scene with the whole...
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Didn't we talk about it earlier, with the courtroom scene?
No, we just talked about the... we'll just real quickly, we'll say what Granny's peach tea is.
Yeah.
Piss in a bucket, call it Granny's peach tea. That's what.
He wanted to say what the meat. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he wanted to say what it meant. Oh yeah, when it was pee, I was like, ew.
Oh, when I saw that, I was like, what the fuck? I'm not joking. He actually peed, and he actually did it. They actually showed it. Damn. Well, they didn't actually. What I mean was they actually showed pee. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't mean they showed him peeing. I mean they showed the pee itself. in the jar. Granny's peach tea, and of course the senator realizes what's going on, and boom, blows up. But we talked about that, so yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then, of course, Lex's men, they capture Martha Kent, and that's what leads into the whole fight. You know, Superman doesn't want to fight Batman, but if he wants to, like, save his mother, he's got to try and convince Batman to help him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and speaking of which, Lex Luthor did something horrible to Superman, of course, had his mother, his Earth mother, of course, kidnapped. And they're like, holy shit, you know? And it's like...
Yeah, not to mention when you see those disturbing pictures of, like, his mother.
Yeah, I was like, oh my good... Like, I didn't expect them to, like, have those, like, types of pictures. I was like, oh, goodness. Like,
to go... Like, we know DC's dark and all that, but when it got to that specific point, I was like, oh, damn, they're going, like, really, really dark in this part.
Yeah, but, yeah, of course, he had Lex kidnap Superman's mother, and then, of course, this is how Lex manipulates Superman into fighting Batman. But why did Batman want to fight? I'm just curious.
Oh, because of the whole destruction, remember?
Yeah, the whole destruction at the end of Man of Steel.
Yeah, you know, because I knew why Superman had to fight, but yeah, yeah. Oh, and of course, Lois Lane being saved first. Then he's like, she's safe on the ground, but then Lex is like, no, the other woman in your life, you know?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Man, imagine if Superman didn't arrive on time to save her when Lex pushed her off that building. Lois Lane would have been dead if Superman didn't arrive on time. Like, shit.
I knew they wouldn't kill her off, but yeah. I guess we can talk about that fight now, the fight between Batman and Superman. Please.
Well, very quick. Before we do, I actually do want to say that I did like all the scenes with. I know he doesn't talk to his mother as much here as he does in Man of Steel, but I thought for the short scenes, I loved the way he was talking to his mother and how his mother's trying to like tell him about hope and not to give up on it, and how we even got that one scene where we saw Kevin Costner. I really loved how the movie actually handled that, and it was actually one of the more emotional moments of the movie for me. I just wanted to bring that up very quick before we got to like the big fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was an excellent scene. Yeah, Kevin Costner, he actually made a very short appearance in Superman's imagination. So
yeah.
But please, I would love to talk about the Batman-Superman fight.
Yes, let's get right into it.
Yes, this fight was perfect, guys. This fight was exactly what it should have been. One of the best fight scenes ever, honestly. I mean, you know, it was. If you guys read The Dark Knight Returns, you can tell like it was pretty much like straight from that book, but still, it was like just amazing. Of course, yeah, Batman, he had to use kryptonite. I mean, there's just no other way around it to beat up Superman, you know?
Yeah.
And you see him like tricking Superman. He throws the spear thingy at Superman, and then poosh, green smoke kryptonite thing. And man, Superman looked like he looked like he was thrown around like a rag doll. I mean, and then Batman punched him out, and you know you see him like swinging him like Cesaro, like around.
Oh yeah, he's just like.
Spin me right round.
And you can tell Superman he couldn't take it. He's like, I'm not gonna take your shit. And he's like punching the shit out of Batman, and then Batman is like beating up Superman.
My favorite moment in the entire fight is like when Batman's like punching him in the face, and then he starts realizing he's getting his strength back. Superman gives him a look, and then Batman starts backing up, and he's like,
oh, that was funny. That was funny.
Yes,
dude,
and then
that was just awesome because I love Superman. Superman I love more than Batman, honestly. I wanted to get out of my seat when I saw
yeah. I liked how they did little moments like that. You know, it's not like Marvel where there's like a ton of humor, but I thought for some moments here and there where they did add humor, I thought it was handled very well.
Yeah, and of course, I was about to say, like he got kryptonite thrown in his face a second time. All right.
Yes.
Remember? Yeah, before swinging him right round, baby. But yeah, and of course, please, I'd love to talk about the ending of this fight.
Yes. Go ahead.
Batman beats Superman, baby. Yes, I was so happy. The way the crowd reacted at WrestleMania 17 when Stone Cold Steve Austin beat The Rock was how I reacted when Batman beat Superman. I was so freaking happy, guys. Batman is my favorite. He's not only my favorite superhero of all time, he's my favorite fictional character ever. All right?
Yeah.
Man, I was so happy when he beat Superman. And honestly, I do think it was the right thing to have Batman beat Superman. And I'm not just saying this because I'm a fanboy, even though I am, but I think to set up Justice League, Batman needs to prove that he's not messing around, and to have him beat Superman would have been the perfect thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It proves that he can hang out with the godlike Justice League, basically.
I was gonna say hang out with the big boys, but yeah, that's a better way to put it.
After the fight, that's when he agrees to help Superman rescue Martha, in which Batman was getting mad at Superman because he's saying Martha, he's got Martha, and then Batman's like, why are you saying that? Because Batman's thinking of his mom, whose name is Martha, but it's actually Superman's mother, Martha. In which at that moment I kept saying, why can't you just say my mom, Superman? Batman would have already helped you by now. But I thought that was interesting, honestly, the fact that both of their mothers are named Martha.
Yes.
But would you guys agree with me that Batman was right to win for those reasons that I said before?
Yeah, well, honestly, when you put it like that, I
agree, but technically I don't really see him winning, just because, like I said, he could have if he put Superman down, but because after when basically Lois Lane came into the scene and told Batman about Martha being kidnapped and all, that's when, Batman agreed to help. So I don't really think technically anyone won, honestly. That's just my opinion, but it was still a really cool fight nonetheless.
Yeah. But, of course, sorry, you did talk about, Martha. Of course, Batman thinks it's his mother, but Batman's mother and Superman's mother just happen to have the same first name. So, yes, and, that was really a cool moment. I thought, you see Batman, flashing back to his mother's death. I thought that was cool, even though, and of course, we're friends now, basically. Batman decides to help out Superman save his mother. And, of course...
Now let's talk about that scene, because the way the action was handled in that scene was awesome.
Exactly.
Hell yeah.
And, are we talking about the scene where he saves Superman's mother?
Yes.
Yes.
When I saw that scene in the trailer... I thought that was just Batman's introduction, but no, it was actually much later in the movie, right?
Yes, I thought the same thing too. But man, this is the best action I've ever seen Batman do in a movie, honestly. He's moving around and fighting people, you know what I mean?
Yes. The way he's just pounding those dudes, and then he would even put one on the ground, holy crap.
It was like the Batman Arkham games, you know what I mean?
Yes, it was. It really was. It was like the Batman Arkham games. It really was.
Yes, that was awesome for me personally.
Yeah,
right?
Great sound mixing, great sound mixing and choreography in that scene.
Definitely.
Yes, Batman straight up stabs the dude. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
I still not used to the idea of Batman killing. I'm sorry, but you guys know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, but of course, then we get on to when he actually before I talk about that, sorry, just wanted to say this, when I liked how they actually had the thugs actually get a few moves on Batman, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Instead of Batman squashed him, I thought that was excellent,
Yeah, to show Batman's not indestructible, Batman can actually get hurt, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah, so they're showing that he's not Mr. Oh, I'm indestructible and all that.
Yeah, that was perfect in my opinion. But
yeah, I agree.
yes, now we get on to when he saves Martha Kent. You know, if you guys don't know, this was actually a reference to The Dark Knight Returns. Did you guys catch it?
No.
No,
when
I
he-
didn't catch it either.
Oh, when he that bad guy had gun pointed at Martha Kent, and he's like, "I'll kill her. I swear I will." Then Batman says, "I believe you." Yeah, that was actually something very similar to that. Was in the Dark Knight Returns graphic novel.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Except it was, "I'll kill the kid." Except it was that. So,
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
so yeah, that was awesome. I was like, "Holy crap, this is Dark Knight Returns," basically. But yes, then he saves Martha Kent, of course, and then he's like, "Hey, I'm a friend of your son's." That was funny. Yeah.
And she's
Yeah,
like,
that's
"Oh yeah, I could tell by the cape."
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, and then of course Superman goes back to Lex, I think, but it's too late because, oh my God, Doomsday is born. All right, Doomsday.
Oh,
Man.
dude,
It's
I got
alive! It's alive! Sorry, I had to do that.
okay, but dude, I got chills when Lex said, "Get ready to meet your Doomsday." Like I was like, "Oh my, it's about to go down." Like,
Yeah, and oh my God, this fight was brutal, man. It was even had some references to the death of Superman story.
yes,
you
you
know,
did.
and man, Doomsday was huge. He's like 5 times the total thing of Superman, right?
Yes.
And of course, you see Diana Prince on the plane. She sees what's going down in Gotham. They were in Gotham, right? Oh yeah, they were. Batman distracted them, put them into Gotham. Then, she says she has to help her out, help them out.
Mhm.
Batman's like stuck in his thing. Doomsday's up to him. Oh shit! He actually finishes that line in the movie.
Yes.
Yeah, that was funny.
And then, of course, we got to talk about that epic certain entrance.
Oh, that was perfect. That just the way they handled it was awesome.
It
I
looked
know
better.
the way Barney the dinosaur enters, that was great. No, I'm just joking.
This was, it was better than it looked in the trailer. Honestly,
Yeah, it did.
yeah,
Yeah, we're talking about Wonder Woman. Oh yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
In the trailer, I was like, she just appears. I was like, whatever. But then in the movie version, you had the epic score. Is She With You? I freaking love that song, guys. You used it in your review, right, Tony?
Yeah, that was my intro song in my movie review. That's how much I loved it. I loved it so much. While I was watching that, I was even like coming on my screen. Okay, I have to use that song for my intro for my movie review, and that's what I did. The score is called "Is She With You?" for those wondering.
Yes.
Yeah, awesome score by Hans Zimmer and Junkie XL. That's another thing. I love the score in this movie. Hans Zimmer and Junkie XL. Freaking awesome
This is
job.
this is one of Hans Zimmer's best scores, and I personally think this is Junkie XL's second best score to date. Honestly,
Wait, what's the first?
What's your first from Junkie XL?
come on
Deadpool?
now,
Is it Deadpool?
Tony. What's the movie behind you?
Oh, Mad Max Fury Road.
Exactly. That's still my personal favorite score from him, but
Right.
dude.
Batman v Superman, but still,
If you think this is better than I can understand completely because this score is incredible.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I definitely want to get that soundtrack one day. Just awesome. But yeah, where were we?
When Wonder Woman was fighting Doomsday.
Yes, but Tony, did you say I was coming on my screen?
Wait, what?
Did you say that? I heard you say I was coming on my screen.
No, I was talking about the Hans Zimmer score. I don't remember saying that.
You loved the score so much, you jacked off.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yes, but anyway, can I just say something, guys?
Oh,
Yes.
go ahead, man. Feel free.
Am I the only one who thinks Gal Gadot is hot as hell?
Nope,
No.
man. No, man. No, she's attractive as hell, honestly.
Exactly.
She's so hot, guys. When I saw it in the theater, every time she came on screen, I had a huge boner. I wanted to jerk off. She was so hot, guys. I'm sorry, but dang. Not joking. As soon as I got home, I searched up pics of her and I jacked off. I'm not joking.
No, wait. No, I believe you, man.
I believe you, but
No,
okay.
I just laughing because we go from
See,
talking
this is why Mark is awesome. He's not afraid to admit stuff. He just doesn't care. Like,
Yeah. No, I'm just laughing because we're going from talking about Wonder Woman to Mark looking up pics of her and jacking off after a movie.
exactly. But yeah, the actual fight between Wonder Woman and Doomsday, that was really cool. I like that. And we forgot to mention this: the nuclear explosion that evolves Doomsday even more.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh my goodness.
another reference to the death of Superman when Superman's flying up there. He's like, shh, shh, breaking the atmosphere, and then they send a nuke in. I can't remember if that was in the death of Superman story or not, but and Superman, he looks like a zombie basically, right? Just
Yes. Yeah, we see him in space, like his face is all dissolved, and he's starting to regenerate, and then that's when he goes back right in to help them in the fight.
Yeah, and the fight between them was excellent, but of course, I know he couldn't really, but Batman didn't really do much. I did tell you this, WWE fan, right?
Yes, you did tell me this, but you know what? It didn't bother me because I know a lot of people have been complaining that Batman basically did nothing. What do you expect? Batman would get demolished within an instant. I'm sorry, he would.
Yes, as much as we'd love to pretend that Batman is immortal, he's a god, we gotta face the facts here. I mean, I was saying this to myself. I mean, he really couldn't do much anyway. I mean, so,
it's like the best he had was a gun. That's like the best he could do to help out with Doomsday.
Like the grapple gun, right?
Yes, there you go.
Yeah, like he had to dodge Doomsday, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then when Lois has to go and get that kryptonite, sword to try and, because that's the only way they're going to stop Doomsday, she gets trapped underneath the water, and, Superman needs to save her again, damsel in distress, whatever. You know what I mean? Like...
Yeah, but
I kind of felt bad for her because, it's like she was trying to get rid of it, then they say they need it, and she's like, oh, shit, I have to go.
She's like, you got him. Come on.
Yeah, and Superman was the only one who could do it, right?
I did like sure, we can argue she was a damsel in distress, but at least she was doing something to kind of be helpful to Superman. Yeah. Which is what I really liked, honestly. Like, other than her being one of those characters that just kind of sit back and does nothing, she is involved in the storyline. I did think she served a point to the storyline. It may be something small, but I did think she served it very well.
Yes, yeah. Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Well, here's what I thought was going to happen. If you guys have seen The Hobbit, Battle of the Five Armies, you see use the big ass bow and arrow to put into the dragon. That's what I thought they were gonna do.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, but of course,
I actually like the way they did. Lois is like, no, you can't do this, and he's like, I'm the only one that can stop this. And then you see him just going in, and when Wonder Woman pulled out the lasso, I was like, like I had this huge grin on my face when I saw her pull out the lasso. I was like, oh my goodness.
I did not.
She's trying to hold down Doomsday, and then of course Batman comes in, sprays the kryptonite in like his face, and Superman just stabs him with the kryptonite, and then this happened.
Come on, let me say it, please.
Say it.
Okay, so of course, at the same time that Superman is stabbing Doomsday with the kryptonite spear, Doomsday, who is also stabbing him with his arm, blood everywhere, just disgusting. But and then, holy shit, he does it. he kills Doomsday. He kills him. But Superman dies too. Superman did. I said that at the start of a spoiler review. Superman dies. Remember?
Yes.
You remember when I said it?
Yeah.
And I was like, I acted like I wasn't really shocked, but yeah, as the movie progressed, I was expecting like Superman to come out or something, and I was like, wait a minute. I was like, is he really dead? He can't be. He's got to be in Justice League. And I was like, and then of course, yeah, you have the whole funeral and stuff, and then at the very last shot, you see, just for a split second, you see the dirt rise up, like float in the air. Remember?
Yes. Okay. One question I got for everybody is: do you feel like they earned the death of Superman? Like, do you feel like they earned the death of Superman?
What do you mean?
In this movie, like because Superman wasn't fully progressed with the people. You know what I mean? There's still people that hated him, and still split. So, do you feel like they earned the right to do the death in this movie?
Well, I had a flaw with this. I was actually having a conversation with a friend about this movie, and he was telling me about his thoughts on this. And I have a negative with it personally, but there is a positive I do have with it. The way I see it is that they probably did it because, after people see that Superman died, the citizens, they're not going to view Superman as this false god, this monster that destroyed Metropolis. They're going to see him as someone that actually saved the citizens. So once Superman is back alive, I'm pretty sure people are going to now view him differently, give him more respect now. So that's a positive I do see with it. And I know it is based off of the death of Superman, because I do remember my cousin, like a couple years ago, actually showing me that comic book. That's the only comic book reference I got, anything that dealt with that, because my cousin showed me that. But as for how the movie did that, I still didn't think it was necessary, because we know Superman's going to be alive. So it's like the whole entire final 5 minutes when they're going through with the funeral and everyone look at him all sad, I just can't help but sit in the last final 5 minutes going, oh, come on. We know he's going to be in the Justice League. Just end this movie and give it a nice wrap-up. And then, that's what they did.
Yeah.
But me, maybe it's just because I love Superman so much. I was getting really emotional. I was like, this is sad. And seeing the score, like the Man of Steel score playing with it, and then seeing the whole coffin with the Superman logo, I was like, oh man, this is like too much. I haven't been this emotional since, like Han Solo died in Star Wars: The Force Awakens. I really haven't been that emotionally, like, invested in something.
I was about to say emotionally involved. Yeah.
Yes, emotionally involved with something like that in a long time. So, it just got me emotionally because I love Superman. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It probably did get to me because the score, like, anytime look, this is the thing I mean. Every time I hear that, I just can't help but go, oh, fuck you, Hans Zimmer.
Yeah.
Because it's so damn good and emotional. It's like probably one of the most emotional, but at the same time epic scores I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Now, of course, Mark, what did you think? Did you think they handled it well and stuff?
Yeah. I was about to say, to answer your question, yes and no. Yes, because they ended it with like the dirt floating up, and that was cool, and that was great too. But at the same time, it made sense. But at the same time, I'm really like just a bit like worried about like how they're gonna explain this in the future. You know what I mean? Like, is he gonna be like all up and ready like at the start of Justice League? Are they gonna show him like coming out of the coffin at the start of Justice League? I mean, so that kind of confuses me. It kind of worries me a little too about how they're gonna handle it. But yeah, that's why I thought you're alright with that, right?
Yeah. We'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah. But you guys know, of course, where I'm coming from, so.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, exactly, man.
Yeah, and gotta say, we right before the movie ends, we see Bruce Wayne talking to Diana Prince, saying, I just have a feeling, yeah, we got to get the others like you. Obviously, this is forming Justice League, but one more part we forgot to talk about: Lex Luthor in prison, right?
Yes.
Where he gets his head shaved.
Yes. And Batman, he comes in to confront him. That was pretty sick. I mean, and he's like, what were they talking about? I forgot what they were talking about.
I think they were talking about the whole thing with Doomsday and everything, like.
Oh yeah. And he was like saying, like, you got Superman killed, right?
Yes.
Then, of course, I was thinking, like, Lex Luthor, he talks about, like, I have called them, they are coming. This is either Brainiac or Darkseid. Personally, I think it's too early to bring in Darkseid. I hope they go with Brainiac, but how do you guys feel about that?
I think they should do Brainiac first, because Darkseid, he is like, he could destroy the entire world, like, within an instant. So I think they should save him for the second movie. But what?
I was agreeing with you.
Yeah. Do Brainiac first. I definitely agree with you. Do Brainiac first.
Yeah.
I say the same, honestly. I say the same.
Sweet. And of course, then the movie ends. No post-credit scene. I don't think they're gonna do post-credit scenes. Like
I don't think so either.
Yeah, the funny thing is that everyone at my screening, like at least half the people at my screening stayed because they thought there was gonna be one, and I was all like, should I wait? Because I didn't even hear anything about it, so I went ahead and just waited for the sake of it. And then as soon as everyone went until the end credits scene, which there wasn't any at all, everyone's all like, oh, boo, what, are you kidding me? No post-credits scene? And then even one guy who was sitting, like, behind me at the screen was like, fuck this shit, man.
Yeah.
We didn't stick around because I even told my mom and my brother. I said there's no post-credit scene. They said there was gonna be no post-credit scene, so like we got out.
Yeah, and I didn't tell this to anyone online, but when I walked out, I saw these two guys who were talking about the movie Batman v Superman.
Mm-hmm.
Did I talk about it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. That I heard them. They were like, "Oh man, Doomsday looked gangster," and they're like, "Oh, what's coming out next year?" And they're like, "Oh, Justice League, Wonder Woman," and they're like, "Oh, they got to bring an Arrow. They got to bring in Arrow somehow." Yeah.
I want to see Green Arrow in the Justice League. Maybe they shouldn't introduce him right away. Maybe like wait a little bit, but I still want to see him in these movies. You know what I mean?
Maybe in part 2, because I know there's going to be a Justice League part 1 and part 2.
Yes.
But I'm going to be honest. I'm a little disappointed that it's not Grant Gustin as the Flash and Stephen Amell's Arrow in the universe. But
but I think it's because the movie versions are going to be more darker than the TV shows. Well, Arrow's already dark enough, but I think the movies are going to be like more darker.
Yeah.
So WWE fan, are you like upset that it's not?
At first I was, but then I was like, you know what? They want to try and do their own thing. It's kind of like when at the same time when Superman Returns was coming out, and like they all wanted Tom Welling to be Superman because Smallville was still going at the time. So it was just like, I'm fine with it. We'll just have to wait and see how Ezra Miller, I think that's what his name is.
Yeah, I think they're close.
Will be as the Flash, and whoever plays the Green Arrow will be as the Green Arrow.
Exactly.
But yeah.
All right, I think we talked about everything, honestly.
Yeah. I guess we can give our thoughts now. Of course, I gotta go first, right?
Yes.
Yes. Guys, if you saw my regular review of this movie, I gave it a 10 of 10. I thought I overrated it, honestly. I change it to an 8 out of 10 now. It's just that, I find it really tough to like rate and judge movies when I see them earlier before anyone else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was in like fanboy mode watching it in theater, and but I still thought the film was great. I mean, I see people give it like 2 out of 10. I think that's ridiculous, honestly. I mean, yeah, this film was pretty much for the hardcore comic book fans. So, yeah, at the same time, I kind of understand, but it's still better than people say it is. I mean, phenomenal visuals. The performances were great. The cameos from the Justice League were awesome, exactly what they should have been. And the fight between Batman and Superman was perfect, exactly what it should have been. And the soundtrack was amazing too. I absolutely loved it. So, yeah.
I guess I'll go next. Really good movie.
Go next.
Really good movie. I really enjoyed it. It was everything I wanted it to be personally. This movie is like, in terms of like what's going on with the critics and the audience, is like The Witch, but in reversed. It's like the critics. It's like the critics are hating this movie, and the audience is loving this movie. Like, it's diverse between the both of them. And, I really enjoyed it. I don't see what people, like, what people are, like, saying, like, oh, this is not good. Oh, this is that. This is that. You know what I mean? I really enjoyed it, although I do have my few issues here and there, but it's still a really good movie. I still had a really good time with it. I would definitely go watch it again. I really enjoyed it. I give it a B+. Really good movie.
I agree with WWE fan in terms of watching it again. Yeah. If I have time, I'll probably see it in the theater one more time. That's only if I have time because I have other movies to get to. But, yeah, overall, this was a really satisfying movie. It's a solid superhero movie. It does get a little bit messy with its plot structure. It does get a little bit incoherent. Some of the editing does get sloppy, and there's other issues here and there I had with the film. But honestly, the problems I had with this film don't really take me out of how much fun I had watching it. I had an absolute blast watching this film. And honestly, yeah, I pretty much got everything I wanted from the film. You have an awesome clash between two of the most iconic superheroes in the DC world. I thought the performances were all great. It was very well directed. It was very well written. The score by Hans Zimmer and Junkie XL, as I said earlier, was just awesome. It was spectacular. Great, awesome action sequences, especially in like the final 30 to 40 minutes of the movie. My eyes were just glued because of how epic the action sequences were and how phenomenal the choreography were. It was definitely a very awesome movie in my opinion. I gave it 3 out of 4 stars in my review, and on a letter grade I would give it a B, and on a 10 out of 10 scale I would give it a 7.5 out of 10. So yeah, I personally really enjoyed this movie.
Sweet. So that was our review, guys. Well, it was also like a spoiler discussion, talk, review, pretty much whatever. So anything else you guys want to say?
I think I pretty much said everything I need to say.
Same here. So yeah.
All right. Thank you two guys for agreeing to join me in this. I really appreciate it. I hope us three could do this again sometime. That'd be
absolutely.
Oh
maybe
yeah, definitely.
Maybe we can do it for Captain America: Civil War when that comes out. Who knows?
Yeah.
I was just about to say, X-Men Apocalypse, Warcraft.
Maybe.
Yes, let's do it for Warcraft. Yeah.
Yes.
There's a lot of movies coming out this year.
Yeah. Who knows? We could do this a lot. We could. Hey, maybe this could be the new spoiler talk team. Maybe.
Yes.
True.
Yep. And I was about to say something. Yes, I would love to do it for Warcraft personally because that video game has a lot of special meaning to me personally. WWE fan knows why, right?
Exactly.
It's my favorite game of all time, World of Warcraft. And now it's being made into a movie. So, but, of course, getting off topic even though we're at the end, right?
Yes.
So, thank you guys. Thank you to everyone who watched this review. Hopefully, when all of you guys see it, you will watch this video. And take care, everyone. You guys want to say goodbye now?
Go ahead, W. Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you, Mark, of course, for letting me on here to do this spoiler discussion with you and my other good friend, 22tigerdude. So, yeah, I'm wwefan0599, and we'll see you all later. Peace.
This is 22tigerdude here. Thank you, Mark, for bringing me here in this spoiler discussion. I am Batman. Nope, just kidding. I'm not Batman, but thank you for having me here on, Mark. It was really cool to discuss this with you and WWE Fan. It was a lot of fun. So, yes, thank you so much to all that are watching this. This is, of course, 22tigerdude here, and always here with Tiger Power.
We're done.
Yep.